All right, welcome to Three Questions. In this edition, we have Stu and Amber that have joined us. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Amber, and I'm from PDX 60.
I am Stu, and I am from PDX 60 as well. It's first day with my new mouth. So.
All right. Well, that's a nice Thanksgiving gift to get, is a new mouth, Stu.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, it's a good reminder that you guys both came from PDX 60. That's where you guys initially met, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Okay, so we have three questions for you guys today. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So here's the first question. What moment personally impacted you the most in climb or flight?
Go for it.
For me, I think the thing that impacted me the most was kind of a collective. It was more of a collective awakening. Forever, I think I tried to not be a vulnerable person. You know, I had always tried to be this strong person that didn't show emotion or weakness, because I thought for a long time that it was showing weakness. And there was a pretty healthy imbalance of females to males in PDX 60. So after a while, I kind of got that it was actually something that was a desirable trait in a man, to be able to show vulnerability. And it took a lot to get there, but it's funny how we always think we know best, but quite the opposite was true.
All right, Amber.
For me, it was in flight, the last exercise we did, actually, the power lines. I'm one who's pretty quiet and didn't really speak up my mind because was always taught and told and treated the way that I wasn't supposed to be that way. And power lines forced me to realize that I do have a voice and it's okay to use it whenever I feel necessary, and just something that's given me strength along the way.
Cool. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, second question. What's been the most supportive or helpful thing that you've learned from climb or flight?
For me, the tools that we were given, and there's so many that it's hard to narrow one down, just because for me, all of them, recognizing what was in your backpack and taking care of that each day and making sure that they didn't weigh you down. That was an important one for me.
Cool. Yeah. All right. How about you, Stu?
Well, I think for me, I've always liked to fashion myself as a pretty decent communicator, but I learned that, when we went through our personality traits, and I learned that I was an orange and that Amber is a gold. I learned that communicating, it's not about how I deliver the message based on my thoughts or how I feel like it should be delivered. I need to make sure I meet my audience. So I've learned to craft my message to meet the personality of the person I'm communicating with. I'm not always successful, but it has been helpful. And I make a practice of that whenever I remember myself. So.
Yeah. Wow. Great on you, Stu, because I run into the same thing being an orange communicating with a gold. So maybe you can now teach me some of what you've learned from that experience, because I resist it so much.
It's just practice. Practice.
It is invaluable. All right. Okay. Third question. Without naming any names, what was the most powerful experience that you witnessed?
For me, it would be having 14, 15 strangers in a room who didn't know each other and being able to just be open and vulnerable with each other and taking that leap that it could backfire, but just watching complete strangers care for one about each other like family do. That was really strong and important for me.
Yeah, and PDX 60 was great at it because all of you from climb came back for flight, which is totally a rare thing to do. And you gained someone else too, but
We did, yeah.
yeah, that's a good example of the results you created by being family or being connected. So yeah, cool. Okay, Stu, how about you?
You know, there were so many moments that were pretty like awesome moments for individuals throughout both flight and climb. But for me, without naming names, there was it was the power lines. When communicating with someone, I was able to just kind of see this like light bulb go off, shoulders relaxed, chest kind of stuck out, kind of that moment like, you know, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to move forward. And I was both it was just an awesome moment for me to see that. You know, sometimes we're wrapped up in where we fit into things, but when you kind of step back and you look at how other people are interacting or reacting, you learn something sometimes. And for me, that was a big learning experience. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and even as you describe it, I flash back to times I've been in that moment, and you can feel the energy of the person in that moment. So good description. All right, I have a fourth bonus question for you guys. Since you guys are a couple, is there any way that you discovered how climb or flight has affected how you do relationship with each other?
Well, yeah. That's pretty
This
big,
sounds
but
juicy.
I just the communicating part, like we're definitely not the same personality type, and he's extroverted and I'm introverted, so you add that to that, and it's the communication part has been probably the most beneficial, at least for me. I can't speak for Stu, but yeah.
I think that one of the nice things is like any other couple, people have moments when they disagree, I guess, or even struggle. And I think that having gone through climb and flight, we know that we have tools available to us that we've learned, and we were both there together to fall back on when like we're not meeting common ground. Let's go back to some of the things that we learned. You know, let me dial myself and my orangeness back, you know, and kind of like put myself in where she's at, I guess.
And vice versa.
Yeah. But other than that, I know that we both have, I mean, we've met amazing people. And I think collectively, all the tools that you learn, you don't use them every time. And sometimes we remind each other, you know, hey, you know, let's get back to this. But I would probably say that it's just a well-rounded, you know, it's been helpful in so many different ways, but it's not a perfect science, and it's just something that you still got to keep working at. And you know, it's not, you don't go to climb or flight and just think that you're going to come out like this finished product. There's work to be done still. But what you do have is you have the tools, and you have the references, and you have a whole host of, you know, friends that you can, you know, bounce things off of, or, you know, get together with and talk. And that's kind of where I'm at on it. So
yeah.
Cool. Great. Well, thanks so much for sharing. I'm proud of you guys for the way that you've chosen to live your lives and use the tools to be with each other in that way.
Well, we thank you for being there and helping us along with that.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No.
No, I assume that all of our friends from Foundations might get a gander at this video, and I do want to say hello from Amber and Stu to everybody out there. So
yeah,
hi PDX 60.
All right, good job, Stu. I'm going to give you one more opportunity, Stu, because I'm going to take a gamble on this. Okay, you've spoken about orange a couple times through this video.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, you have an affiliation with an orange team that might have some exciting news from the weekend.
Yeah, go Beavs! Woo!
And for those that don't know what happened, do you want to tell us what happened recently?
Oh, there might have been a Civil War game that was won last night. 41-38 Beavers. We're back, baby.
Yeah. All right. I figured you'd enjoy that. So I wanted to give you this moment.
Thank you. Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome. All right. Well, thanks for being with us. Thanks for sharing your hearts and your lives with us. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.